The Reisläufer, the history and legacy of the famous Swiss mercenaries from the Middle Ages to the modern era. Written by Charles River editors. Narrated by Daniel Houle. Introduction. When historians are asked to pick a point in history when Western civilization was transformed and guided down the path to modernity, most of them point to the Renaissance. Indeed, the period revolutionized art, philosophy, religion, sciences, and math, with individuals like Galileo, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, Dante, and Petrarch bridging the past and modern society. The Renaissance also spawned the use of the label Renaissance Man to describe a person who is extremely talented in multiple fields, most notably Leonardo da Vinci, who found time to be a painter, sculptor, architect, musician, scientist, mathematician, engineer, inventor, anatomist, geologist, cartographer, botanist, and writer. However, while the Renaissance is remembered mostly for art and advances in philosophy and thinking, it's often overlooked that the era was also a transitional period in the history of warfare. The Middle Ages have long been remembered for armored knights battling on horseback and armies of men trying to breach the walls of formidable castles. But what is generally forgotten is that medieval warfare was constantly adapting to the times as leaders adopted new techniques and technology, and common infantry became increasingly important throughout the period. Meanwhile, political and technological progress led to continuous change of tactics and equipment. Cavalry became ascendant, only to be later replaced by infantry as their weapons improved. And by the end of the period, warfare was radically changing thanks to the rise of gunpowder weapons such as the handgun and the bombard. Artillery and handguns had been known since the early 14th century, but only became effective near the end of the 15th century, when they were the final factor in the infantry revolution and began to change warfare forever. By the middle of the 15th century, artillery was knocking down castle walls that had stood for generations. Infantry also proved their worth with powerful longbows and tight formations of polearms, upsetting the long dominance of mounted.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?